Hey guys, and welcome to March 2017 Tarot reading. Hey Libra, this is your reading, so welcome. Thanks for joining me. The card you see before you is the first of 10 cards that we are using for this particular month. This card is based on numerology and colour as well. Then we will be using 4 of the Morgan Greer as well as 4 soul cards that will be matching with them to give to a deeper level of connection for the message of the card, and at the end a final message as well. So a really full-on interactive reading ahead. Guys, you start off there with the number 56. That adds up to 11. 11 in itself is a master number. It's about spirituality and connection. It can be broken down to a 2. A 2 is about balance and also partnerships as well. Now, the words on the bottom of that card say relationship change. So for some of you, there is going to be some sort of change within your relationships. Now remember, this is also your own relationship with yourself. So some of you might be addressing issues of self-worth or reigniting parts of you that have been left not attended very well one way or another. So it could be about reinvigorating yourself or reinventing yourself as well. Now we look at the 2 colours on the card, and in the background is the blue, which is often about communication and the throat chakra. And remember that communication doesn't just have to be verbal, it can be the written form of communication as well. Some of you will be uplifting this and you will be pursuing it and using it more to resolve and use as mediation within subject areas in your life. And others of you will be using it as an inspirational tool. The Merkaba in the middle of the cards is the green. So the green always talks to us about the heart chakra part of the body. So there could be perspectives around your physical heart health as well as the emotional health of your heart. And that is, of course, often associated with relationships and the feelings that go with it. So that's something for you to ponder upon and to connect with at your own personal level throughout the month of March. We'll put that aside and we will move into the first part of your reading. So Libra, these are the cards that we are using for the 4-week period of March. There will be 1 card roughly for each week, but I have felt for some time that time is very mutable at the moment. Time is oddly perceived and changing, and I think most of you will come to that understanding. We're seeing a lot of just references to time and space and where we are in time and space as being a little less stable or certain than it used to be. And I feel most definitely for readings that there's more of a variance and an allowance for the movement within the time span of the month and the cards. They can shift around a bit. That aside, let's start, and this is the first card denoting roughly the first week, and you have the 2 of Pentacles. We then have your next card, Major Arcana, and it is the Moon. The 3rd card, another Major Arcana, is the Hierophant, and the 4th card is the 7 of Cups. So we'll shuffle now these ones, which are the Soul Urge cards, which are going to go beneath these ones here. You'll see and follow the pattern of the reading as we move into it. I'll just do a little bit more shuffling. So this is for Libra for March. Okay. Discipline. Surrender. Relationships and adversity. These mandala cards at the bottom, or soul urge cards, they all have mandalas on them. Now, mandalas are a very powerful form of vibrational energy. Each mandala is designed to create an activation of movement within a certain paradigm of energy within your life. So the important thing for you as the viewer is to sit back and look at those mandala cards down the bottom, or soul urge cards, and find one that is particularly appealing to you, and then focus on that, and it will be working for you over the course of the month at this sort of subconscious levels, and working through areas in your life that have blockages that need to be opened and flowing again. And that's really the essence of the strength and power of a mandala. So they don't look quite balanced, then you just need a little bit of movement. Let's start with the top left hand card, which is the Two of Pentacles. Now, it's a beautiful, colourful card to look at, and those two pentacles seem to really stand out. But often this card is known about coming and going, or juggling. And so when this card turns up, there's a feeling that finances can be literally coming or going. So for some of you, you might go through periods where, wow, there's this great influx, or, a nice influx or flow. And then suddenly the next day you might get an unexpected bill turn up, or an unexpected cost, something to do with your car, or an appliance at home stops working and needs to be fixed. It's things like that that have the vibration around us when the Two of Pentacles turn up. So there's also a degree of thinking, gosh, have I got enough money? Can I do this right? I thought I had a few $1,000s to be able to put aside for this particular thing, and it's being whittled away. So the Discipline card beneath it is really powerful for this particular card. It matches very well the hidden message. The words on the Discipline at the bottom here say, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Now, also, if you look at that Two of Pentacles, we see the head of a person very clearly in the picture and very close up. So it tells us that you should be using your mind in this situation and at this time of the month around your finances. Discipline to me also tells me about setting a budget and sticking to it. So sometimes we can be overspending. We can be in the mode of hyper enjoying purchasing and looking after ourselves, or even sometimes spending for other people. But whatever the case, I think it is called for discipline, and it's called for you to manage your funds at this time and to set a priority limit for your spending, and to have boundaries in place and know that you have the discipline to do it. So obviously there could be times in this month where it is coming and going and up and down. So balance it, and I think that's the best message there for that. It could also be about things like gambling. If you're, some of you might be caught up in a bit of gambling or risk taking with money. So not just gambling, but introspective investments. Be careful where you're investing your money at the moment. Make sure you doubly check things and have a bit of discipline about how you are investing. Some people really go great on the share markets or the stock exchange, and they get really into it. But there's something here about having more discipline around that. I think there could be change coming with money, and I'm not sure why, but it might pay to be more frugal and more disciplined is a good word. We move to the second card on the top, the Moon, and the Surrender card underneath it. Now, it's interesting, the Surrender card says, I can release my need to control. The Moon is often about our emotions and feeling out of control. And that Moon is suggestive of a full moon, and we've just come out of the period of the eclipses in February. They were powerful eclipses. In fact, some of you will be watching this video when the second eclipse is about to occur, which is the 25th of February. So I have a feeling that the second eclipse coming in February is going to really power up you Librans. It's going to be affecting you in one way or another. And I see here this ecliptical moon also around here. So I'm getting big messages about this for you. Now, these eclipses are promoting immense change, and change for us at very deep personal levels. So there will be some of you that literally feel out of control, or the need to try and control what the hell is going on. So your big message in this reading is probably this card right here. Let go of that need to control. Stop analysing with that analytical Libran mind. Get in touch with the feelings of the situation. Allow the universe to be the dictator of where this is headed. Know that everything happens for a reason. Now, when the moon is out, there is often hidden agenda, stuff that's been stuck in cupboards or under carpets that you haven't been able to see clearly. It's about things done undercover, under guise, hidden. Whether it's relationships or feelings or attitudes or opinions or belief systems, it's going to bubble up to the surface, and it's going to be really like purging it out. You're going to have to face some of the things you don't like, and there could be situations and people around you that you don't like either. Now, you can choose to associate with them or disassociate with them. You can choose how you react to situations around you. You can choose to make sure that the people you deal with are honest and have honourable intentions. And sometimes this can be to do with money and investments, and that's why these two could be going hand in hand as well. So don't surrender your money, and don't be a fool about it. Use some intelligence and some discipline, but know that certain things are going to happen, and they're just part of the cycles of life. The same as the moon. It goes from new moon to first quarter to half to full and back again on the other side. Everything in life is cyclical, and in reality we don't have that much control, but we can discipline ourselves and we can work from there. Just when the moon is out, there can be some possibly water sign energies around, such as Cancers, Pisceans and Scorpion energy, and they could be involved in some of these issues that might come up with the moon. This is also a time where you will feel greater influence to your emotional being. And we can become very emotional when the moon is out. The moon is our femininity, our feminine energies, and that's the psyche, the emotions, and also the hormones. Some of you may need hormone balancing, and you may need something clearing in your body, because this card in particular, this particular mandala, particularly to me, looks like a cell. I think I mentioned this on one of the other videos I did recently, but I spent many years looking down a microscope at cells in my scientific laboratory work, and that looks so much like a cell. So I think of it sometimes as a virus, or cells or structures within our body that need a bit of maintenance and discipline within them. Remember, the moon is also about your intuitiveness and connecting to that. So listen to your gut feelings, in particular, any dreamscapes you have, and any synchronistic events. This is the time of intuitive connection. And the more you connect with that, the higher and the more closer to your soul your decisions will be, and the direction that you will be taking. So yeah, powerful bunch of messages that just wanted to really leap in there with that moon card. There's no doubt that that's the significant one for you guys in the month. We'll come to the next major arcana, the Hierophant, and underneath we have the relationships card, and it says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Now the Hierophant is often about societal regulations, rules and disciplines, and often the Hierophant is known as a biblical figure or a religious figure. He could be a priest or a depending on what particular religion you follow, he could be someone who is the leader of a structure within a religious belief system. He sometimes can be very authoritative and possibly be a stifling effect. So there could be a degree of feeling stifled within relationships for you at the moment, as if you have to do the right thing for others. It's almost a feeling as if you're not being able to be freely who you are and how you want to behave. So sometimes some of you are going to do this to let this relationship or belief system or part of a pattern carry on, but you're feeling like it's a weight on your shoulder. There's a feeling often that with this card that you want to break free from something that's causing restriction within either A, relationships, or within your beliefs or within your integrity values. You could call the Hierophant card the sign of integrity values showing up, and somehow you either need to reconnect with your integrity values, whatever they are, and you need to honour them and respect them in terms of relationships. So if there are some relationships that are pushing your integrity values into the negative space and making you feel uneasy or not connected to your source or your soul, then you need to rethink it and you need to stand up for yourself and you need to step back and say, look, I'm bringing in some discipline. I surrender the fact that I can't change you in a relationship and I can't change the situation, but I can change what I'm doing or the direction that I'm headed with it. The Hierophant often talks about needing to do things right and also at the social levels. So when this card is here, it suggests that you don't do criminal deeds or do anything hidden or subversive. You need to be above board and clean in your actions, because if you're not, the thing that comes back to haunt us is ourselves. It always is us in the end that is affected by any negative energies, people, actions or dealings that we take. But I think the Moon and the Hierophant here have both jumped up in the reading and stood up to be really quite powerful messages from behind for you guys. So there is a degree of feeling as if some of you within these relationships are finding like you're being pushed somewhere and you're not that happy about it. And you either want it to slow down and stop, or you need to stand up and speak and put your values on the table. If there are people around that you are feeling distrustful with or they're dishonouring you, make sure that you are nurturing your own important needs and soul first before putting them first, I think is a good way of thinking about it. Also know that this relationship card, when it says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good, this is talking about finding people who could be coming into your life who will literally set fire to this desire and serve your higher source and be powerfully good for you and enrich you and help your path forward. And this could be connected to belief systems and the white light energies and the higher vibrational energies, because the Hierophant also connects to those. Some of you may even go back to connecting with spiritual belief systems or religious belief systems at this time, and they could be very important to you. So we move to the next card, which is towards the end of the month, tentatively the 4th week, and we see the 7 of Cups. Now, it's not surprising that it's turned up in the same reading as the moon, because they have a little bit of a similar issue. There is the possibility that there are people around with hidden agendas when this card is there. It's a card that tells you to be careful of your choices, and I think we've just spent quite a long time actually talking about that in the reading. There are opportunities around you, so you're not short of this feeling of choices and opportunities, and even this card is all about choices. And this card, the Discipline, would sit well under this 7 of Cups as well. It's suggesting to you, don't be fooled by appearances. You need to look within with whatever choices you are making. Now, this can be with relationships, and it can be with other things as well. You could be offered job potentialities or ways to invest your money, coming back to here. There could be new relationships coming in. There could be just about people around you in your neighbourhood or your jobs, or even within family ties or bonds. There are some things going on that are a bit deceitful or could have a negative repercussion if you decide to uplift them. So think carefully before you do, and that's the same message as the moon. And while I've just come back to the moon, for some of you, pets are going to be on your mind for the month of March. There could be issues around some pets, and I see there in particular dogs. But for others, you may be either thinking of new pets, or somehow you might find pets being a major part of the month, one way or another. Okay, so coming back down to here, the card beneath the 7 of Cups is the Adversity card, and it says, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. And again, that's a really positive, powerful message that we all need to reinforce every now and then. So sometimes we get swept away with the notion of something that's great or fun or grand or looks wonderful, and we go for it. And then, 2 months down the block or whatever, we go, oh, you're joking. Why did I do this? Why did I follow that particular person or idea or job offer, or why did I do it? Because it's the challenge, and we've learnt along the way. Everything that happens to us happens for a reason. And more often than not, the reason is to learn. If we didn't learn on our life's journey, we wouldn't be growing into the people we are. We would still be like the little baby, the newborn, with no knowledge and no understanding and no ability to care for itself or nurture itself. And that's what life's learning lessons are all about. And that's why adversity is just flipped into positivity. I love this mandala. It looks very much like a lighthouse offering beacons of positive light. And that's exactly what a challenge is. It is a great way to learn. So just remember that there are some potential, great looking things out there for you Librans in the month of March. But just watch what you pick. And just be careful of the actions and dealings that are going on for the month. And definitely there's some, as the reading has already informed you, there are some really big, deep feelings and energies coming for you guys at a very personal, individual level. So let's move these away and see what your last card for the reading is. This month we're using these beautiful fairy cards. They're really active and quite playful. They create a lot of energy actually throughout the video, I've found, in a lot of cases. So we'll just shuffle a little bit more and cut the deck again. And this is for Libra, last message for the month. Walk away. And I think we spend a little bit of time talking about that, to be honest, about knowing when to walk away and what to sort of select and what not to select. And that's a really gentle colour of yellowy gold, which is kind of the solar plexus area of the body. And that's where you gain your inner strength, also your physical strength, but your power inner strength. So this card is saying, leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. So again, we're talking about challenges in life and knowing that they aren't adverse, they are opportunities to learn and grow. And every time we learn and grow, we come to a new door. So I think that offers you much thought and opportunity to jump into the future. So this reading feels as though it's telling you a lot of deep information about progress for you as the year moves on, and that you are walking forward and leaving things behind into new doors that are creatively giving you these learning lessons in life. And we are in a time period where there is an awful lot of deep learning going on. So again, the essence too of the colours of the background of the card is about inner strength and core strength. And you can gain physical core strength through the use of exercises such as sit-ups, walking with like fast walking or jogging, as well as planking. And most of those things I have just mentioned don't cost anything. They're all free and easy to do. And no matter what stage of physical health you're at, you can start from one end and slowly work yourself up into becoming this stronger physical body, which in turn is a stronger spiritual and emotional body at the same time. So when you address one part of your life, it's not just one part. Every single facet of us is connected to another. There is nothing that is separate or individual. So by gaining strength in one area, you gain it in every area. So there you are, Librans. I hope you have really enjoyed that reading. It was quite an intense one. It sort of went, oh, and just took off and got really intense. So a really lot for you to take on board and listen to. You might want to come back and focus on it again, and also re-empower yourself with whichever mandala you decided to focus on. So thanks for listening, guys, and I wish you all a really powerful month of change, relationship change with both yourself and those around you, into the positives and into the new doors. So there you are, guys, plenty to think about. Have a wonderful March. Take care, everyone. Much love. Namaste.